Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Realty Institute of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. Tonight's topic is golden rules of property investing. We are at the stage of a time in real estate. We're almost ending 2024. And there are many questions for people whether to invest in buying a property, whether you're buying a property for yourself or you're buying a property for rental investment. You have to have uh, some planning, strategic planning, and thinking about how we're going to do about it. So, what are the golden rules in terms of property investing? First, that comes to your mind is buying from motivated sellers. When you have people, seller, who are willing to negotiate, your realtor, when they're talking with you, they're selling, they're motivated, they want to sell it. There could be many reasons behind it. This does not mean that we are looking for to take advantage of the people. We cannot want to find ethical. It has to be win-win situation for buyer and seller. However, whoever do the good work, due diligence work, and they find the people who are willing to sell their property. And through our MLS system, you can see the property is on a period on the MLS for a while. And affordability was an issue. A lot of the people, they're still keeping the property in the market because they want to sell it. They fall into kind of a motivated seller list because under their circumstances, regardless of whether cold and Christmas holidays are coming, people still want to sell the property because they have a financial obligation to pay the mortgages. Sometimes people think that it's very important to put it under any circumstances to get the best price they can because they may be lost their income. They don't have any meaning savings to pay for the mortgage payment or other debts that they have. During our life, we do a lot of things. We spend a lot of money, and we don't save money for the rainy day. So you will see that when you are able to talk to your a listing broker, an agent, you have a feeling how much the seller is willing to consider negotiating the price. Obviously, we cannot force anyone to sell a property. We cannot ask the buyers to increase the cost. It's about motivation, it's about experience, about knowledge, how your representative will help to negotiate that. We have a good news. Bank of Canada has slashed their interest key rate lending rate by 50 point, and now we are at 3.25 as a benchmark from Bank of Canada. So mortgage financing will come down. It probably will stimulate some kind of competition because interest rates have been high. And why the seller will be motivated? Because affordability is a big issue for everyone who owns a property. Unless you have saved money or unless you carry a small mortgage. Senior parents, they borrow money, they give it to their kids for higher education, so they will be tight. And this is why it's very, very important when you look at the property and you look and see your experienced real estate professional will tell you there is a motivation or not. And when you are looking at costing of the property when you're buying, you need to, your realtor has to create CMA, comparative market analysis. They can use cost approach. They can use income approach to calculate what is the true value. And when the seller is putting a property in the market, to make sure this price is attractive, is it to the market value or maybe overpriced? Or some people will list the property way lower than the market value to create the competition. With this environment, it's not a good point to do that. The idea is to put a reasonable price so property can sell. sometimes property stays long. But sometimes you want to feel that, okay, if the seller is motivated, they will come and negotiate with the price. So this is very important to determine, is the seller motivated? And this is where your expertise of professional come into picture. If you want to find out who is motivated, what they can do. I was negotiating a deal, and we put an offer, and the seller was not motivated. They took the property off the market. But this is how you feel. But you have to do your groundwork to make sure you're not putting something that is not unreasonable. It's be based on facts and you should support it. And when the seller expectations are too high, and some of our friends, they will take the listing because they want to have a listing, and they put any price on it they can't justify. And this has happened. And I was representing a buyer where I couldn't justify more money based on all the calculation. You spend so much time, money getting CMA cost analysis, everything. At the end, listing agent said, they took off the property because this is what happens. If they're not motivated, they will not negotiate or bargain the price. They will take it off the MLS. But if they were motivated, they will sell it. So this is why it's very important to buy, in layman terms, property for motivated sellers. So this is why. What is the other important golden rules? Only buy property in a strong demand area where the demand of the property is high. When you are buying it for yourself, you consider community, you look at the school, you look at the fire department, you look at the access to TTC transportation, you look at the hospital and amenities. You consider those, okay? You have a GO station, many aspects of it. But you see that if somebody is buying a property close to a GO station, why people move there? You know why? They don't need to have a transportation. They can walk to the GO station and they get on the train and go to Toronto, get their job done and come back. So you have to look at the transportation. And this is one of the key. Government is investing money. They're creating a density. So high rise, people are going in vertical because, for example, I'm from Mississauga. We don't have too many land available. So everything goes vertical. That means they need to put more density, and also city and as well as the province will say, "Oh, we'll support your program in your community and in your city, provided that you go vertical." So there's a lots of development opportunities coming up for us because I'm a developer and licensed builder with SCRA. My license number is B 63247, and I talk about projects and construction and the land, site plan approvals, clearance, and building permits and legal basement apartment. I'm working with people, and this is why it's very, very important that you look at the area where is a high demand area. That means if you invest the property, you will be able to send it to list the property in the area for rental. You can have a good income. And again, when you are buying a property or you're investing a property, you have to look at the scenario. If you're living in it and you want to rent a legal basement, which is in the basement, you know that you can rent the basement and support your financing. Or you're renting the whole house or a unit or townhome or apartment, and where it creates enough rent, that means your property is not vacant. There is a tax now on vacant levy. And if someone keep the property and not to rent it, they're investors, they invest money, but they're not renting it because they're afraid that their income will be shown to CRA. They'll be in trouble. So it's very, very important to make sure that not only that you invest in the area, but declare it and that you own a property, and also in a high demand area where people can use it. They don't have to buy insurance to have a car, maintenance cost. They can't afford it, but they will buy apartment or rent a basement, and this is very important for them to find. So area is, there's a lot of rental demand in that area, and particularly if you speak the local letting agents and all those people know that you will be coming with a property, and if somebody wants to rent it, and this is why it's very important to do research and due diligence. Why you hire a realtor? Because they will provide you feedback where the good property, where to buy, the location. Pay attention. You're spending so much money in buying a property, which is the biggest investment decision that you make financially. So listen to real estate professional, and remember that we have a RICO guide, Real Estate Council of Ontario. They are the regulator. They mandate us to comply with the Trust in Real Estate Services Act 2002. And it says that now they have a RICO guide. It's about residential and commercial. First thing when people call us they want a service. I recently rented a unit yesterday, and somebody called me. I am coming to you because I don't have any agent, and I want you to rent this to me, and give me this price. So I told her, I'm sorry, first of all, that we have a registered offer. Number two, you need to have your own agent. I will send you a RICO guide to know the process. We cannot give you opinion. We cannot give you any guide. We cannot provide a service like showing a property unless you have a broker representation or designated tenant representation. So I wrote them and they said, you can go to rico.on.ca unless you want me to give me consent, and I send you the form. And then she came back and said, well, if I have to deal with other agent, because then I will have my own agent. I said, fantastic. Please tell them to contact, because I have an offer. Potentially it will go back. And they have some challenges. So eventually this morning, yesterday, it was accepted. My client accepted it, so it's off the market now. What I'm trying to say to you is that when you are asking us, a real estate professional, to give you opinion, and you start negotiating with us, we cannot do that unless you are representative. Either you are having an engagement with a brokerage representation, or you designate a buyer or seller representative within the brokerage. City Pro is a small brokerage. We have people, and we always refer the buyer to another broker to represent them separately. Because if I'm representing a landlord, I want the tenant to be represented by another colleague of mine. And this is very, very important. So we cannot give you opinion and give you advice, and you can rely on us unless you're a client. Because TRESA now allows you to be self-representative party, but you have to sign a disclosure and consent that we share the RICO guide with you, and you decided to be representing yourself, and then you follow. And this is very, very important when you are buying and selling, and when you are reaching out to. So why we not do that? And this is why, if you ask me what is the demand area, I can tell you. It depends how much money you want to spend, depends which area you want to live, which street. We have a community. We talk about general market update, which I give it to you every time, and Trev comes out with their market watch, will share the data with you. But if you want to be specific about your demand, your needs, I need to speak to you directly, personally, and you have to sign with us, even for 1 hour. If I have to do the paperwork, I will do it. I will send you a RICO guide. I will sign with you for 1 hour as a buyer representative or tenant representative. Is it worth my time? Sure, it is. I want to make sure that our clients, consumer, they're well educated about our obligation to protect them. because the goal of TRESA, the law that's regulated by RICO, is to protect consumer. Being a real estate professional with license, we have insurance. We have nothing to worry about. We have to be honest, competent, and demonstrate integrity dealing with the consumer. So we have that power, and we are going to give you advice. We're expert. I have 6 designations in real estate. The highest in Canada is Fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada. I'm also instructor with the Real Estate Institute of Canada. I'm also member of National Association of Realtors, which is NAR, and I am CIPS certified international property specialist, and also I am a licensed instructor for CIPS designation around the world, the global. So the goal is to educate. Educate, it benefits our client. So if you want my opinion, you have to come to me and we have to talk about what are you looking for, and then I can guide you. Read the RICO guide and then enter into a relationship, then I can give you opinion. But we have 460 episodes that were aired on Awaz Entertainment, and you can go to realtycoffeetalk.com or go to YouTube at the rate of Realty Coffee Talk and watch them. Self-teaching without disclosure. I always advise to hire expert with a competent jurisdiction to get opinion. You get a lawyer, you have an inspector, you have an appraiser, you have a maintenance guy, plumbing guy, electric guy, roofing guy, engineer, structure issues. Spend money. I always now, since I'm a licensed builder in Ontario, I can provide 7-year warranty. I've been involved with the designing and getting building permits, site plan approvals, and water line approvals and legal basement apartment. And I can guide you to make sure when you are buying a houses which already have a finished basement, those finished basements are not in compliance with the building code unless you have a building permit. We can have a retrofit status of many things, but if you don't have a building permit, you have a big challenge. Because I am right now doing a property where the client has to spend $10,000 to upgrade the water line because it creates the water pressure. When you install a new bathroom in the basement or laundry room or your kitchen, you are drawing more water. Your home line, water line could be 3/4 inch. You need to change that to 1 inch. It costs you have to go underground. Costs you tens of thousands of dollars. And this is why it's very important when you are buying a house that already have a basement. If it's not have a building permit, you will have a rude awakening because you are violating the law and you have someone staying in the house and something happens there and the house is not protected because you don't have any insurance, and they will not pay you if they don't have a building permit as a legal basement to second dwelling. So it's very important when you are looking into buying in a property in a high demand area because there is a rental. Make sure you comply with the law and build this. If you need any help, call my office 905-569-9939. We can help you get you a building permit. We do the assessment and design the floor plans, everything to get you building permit to make sure you legalize it. So don't buy the property that has the challenges because you have to consider it, and this is where your bargaining power will come into picture. You got a busy basement, but it's not legal. So when you have built a house that violated the Planning Act, you're violating the Ontario Building Code, you're violating the city bylaws, safety issues, and structure stability of a house, and you can do modification to the house, and you are buying a property, you have a rude awakening when law is thrown at you. So it's very careful. Now, why you want to buy a property? Third option could be a cash flow. Depending on the size of the property, it varies from one to the other. Possible cost of buying a house: you have a mortgage cost, you have a insurance that you need, you have a management fee if you are buying a larger investment property. So you have to manage someone, to hire someone to manage it, and also maintenance of the property. And then you also have a utility bills. And depends on the commercial side or residential side, there are costs involved with that, and you have to make sure that you are paying for that. So when you are investing in property, you want to make sure you have a good income in that area, because you are to have a positive cash flow. Means your income is greater than your expenses, so you have a positive cash flow. And depends on the location, because when you look at the maintenance of your house, your expenses on carrying the house, the property taxes, maintenance, roof, and all repairs, and then you will say rental income, and you minus that and give you the net income, and then you make sure that you are making the money. If you have no cash flow, your income is not, you are spending the money, you're going to get in trouble. This is why it's very, very important in layman terms that you need to have a positive cash flow when you are buying a property. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble buying a property. Don't buy it because of emotion that you love to own 4 or 5, 6 properties, but financially it doesn't make any sense. Don't do it. Look at the positive cash flow. You are bringing in the money and you're spending the money to maintain the ownership. Is there money left for me? Or at least paying the bills. This is not the time to spend money on something that you can afford it. Affordability, big issue. So if you have a positive cash flow, this is a way to move forward. So we're going to take a short break now, and we will come back and we continue our conversation of golden rules of property investing.
अगर आपको दुबई या मिडिल ईस्ट नुमा जेवरात की तलाश है, तो आपको दूर जाने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं। आज ही हमारे मिसिसागा रिजवे स्टोर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स। हमारे पास सोने के बेहतरीन कंगन, कड़े, झुमके, हार और सोने के सेट्स भी दस्तयाब हैं। शादी हो या मेहंदी या कोई भी फंक्शन, आपकी पसंद के तमाम जेवरात आपको हमारे स्टोर में मौजूद मिलेंगे। आज ही हमारे स्टोर पर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, 3465 प्लैटिनम ड्राइव, यूनिट 99, मिसिसागा, या फिर कॉल करें 905-828-0009। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, फरमाइश आपकी, गारंटी हमारी।
Thinking of buying or selling real estate? Call us today. We are one-stop solution provider for your real estate needs. Our commission plans to meet your budget. Buy, sell, or build. We can help. Think of us today. Call us at 905-785-9923. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Thank you.
Chai Social, the best karak chai in town.
Aromatic, delicious, and
Zabardast, और आला चाय, आला churro chai. Chai.
it's creamy.
Flavor भी बहुत अच्छा था, consistency भी अच्छी थी, और thick. Thank you.
I think she says and double that.
I come here. My husband comes here every day.
Oh, thank you.
Very refreshing. I love it.
चाय आपकी बहुत जबरदस्त, बिल्कुल घर वाली चाय, कड़क चाय का मजा लेता हूँ, घर वाली चाय।
हमारा सीजन ऑफर था 2024 का for देसी बाइकर्स ऑफ कैनेडा। चाय सोशल स्पॉन्सर, we want to thank the team of Chai Social. Absolutely great experience, great kadak chai,
Best karak chai in town.
Absolutely.
Is Chai Social.
100%.
Thank you so
Everybody
much.
loved it. We appreciate your support, and hopefully we can count on you in the future.
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस, जहां आपकी तमाम इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस की जरूरियात पूरी होंगी। हमारे पास आपको हर टॉप ब्रांड मौजूद मिलेगा, चाहे वो वर्लपूल हो या एलजी, सैमसंग हो या जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक्स। हम इन सब के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। आइए और हमसे 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ उठाइए। हम आपको तमाम अप्लायंसेस सबसे बेहतर और सस्ते दामों पर फराहम करेंगे, ये हमारी गारंटी है। विजिट आवर वेबसाइट www.dixieelectronics.ca या फिर हमें कॉल कीजिए 905-625-5900. At Dixie Electronics and Appliances, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
HK Movers, home, offices, apartments and delivery, big or small, we move it all.
HK Movers.
Local and long distance, we also ship cars, Keller transport and moving services.
For service with a smile, give us a call.
Call Mr. Harminder 416-524-6704.
416-524-6704 पे.
Visit 140 Advance Boulevard, Unit number 10, Brampton.
Long distance moving specialist.
HK Movers.
HK Movers.
Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow Real Estate U of Canada broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. I'm also licensed mortgage broker. License number 13241. We provide loans for residential, commercial, and construction loans. And also, as you know, I am a licensed builder with HCRA, license number B. 63247. We build custom homes, and if you are looking to improve your house, we do a major renovation and also legal basement apartment. We design, we provide architect services, engineering, concept, get you the building permit to make sure you are safe and protected. We are talking about the golden rules of property investing. Now, we were talking about buying a property which has a positive cash flow. That means you are not, after investment, you have to done a capital investment. Let's say you put 20% down, 80% you are able to finance. My experience for last almost close to 20 years in real estate profession is that you need 36 to 40% to have a positive cash flow. 36 to 40%. So 5 or 10 or 20%, you're not going to have a positive cash flow. It also depends. Cost of rent has gone up. So is the value of the property. So this is very, very important for you. You work with me. I will calculate for you to make sure you have a positive cash flow when you are buying it. If it's residential or a commercial. Because you look at all the avenue where you can generate. Legally, you can also have a second dwelling in a basement. Depending on the size of your lot, you can have a garden unit. We are now working on a package to develop a garden unit turnkey solution for you, because being a licensed builder, I can do that for you. And we have a solution for this, that we have a turnkey solution. You have a garden suite and you can rent it to someone because it's available now. Also, I learned yesterday about the federal program. They are providing through CMAC some funding for second dwelling up to 80,000. So we're going to be exploring that option to see how soon they're going to start that. I thought it was be in January sometime. So if you're looking for that, to get that program available to you, let us know, because we have a mortgage brokerage team. You can call my mortgage brokerage. I'm the principal broker. Is 905-785-9926. And we can arrange financing. We also arrange financing for construction loans, home improvement, or legal basement apartment. And also we look at the program. This particular program is available from CMAC, and they are saying they're going to charge 2%, according to the statement that I read in the social media. So we'll be able to give me a call. My direct number 416-451-3489, and I can guide you. Let's go back again. So you are investing in buying a property that has a positive cash flow. This is one of the golden rules. Now, what is the next? This is very important for you that you already have now. Seller motivation. You also have a positive cash flow, and then you also property. Another important rule is a long-term planning. Remember, in the past, people have been buying a property and flipping it. That is potentially possible. And even now, it depends on the motivation of the seller or the bargaining price that you want to negotiate. We have, during my experience, we have sent some offers which are very good for the buyer. Sellers, some bite, sometimes they don't. And this is why it's very important. If you don't have a motivated seller and it's not in a high demand area, you don't have a positive cash flow, and you are looking at short term. No, this is why real estate investment has to be long term. Based on the data that I have shared in our Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Ent, every 10 years, the value of the property has gone double. If you want to know the detail, you can go to our realtycoffeetalk.com, realtycoffeetalk.com, or go to my YouTube channel, YouTube at the rate of Realty Coffee Talk, and you can find those episodes. We have 460 episodes for you to learn about buying, selling, financing, or building your custom homes. These episodes are there for you. So think about strategy for long term. Don't make it short term. Sometimes you caught up in emotion and you get stuck and you have a challenge to deal with it. There are many, many challenges people have. You can't afford that, and it's very, very important for you to make sure that you are dealing with people who are expert and they have the experience to provide you the guidance and guide you to make sure you are not making a decision that will be harmful to you when you're buying and selling real estate. Now, so you have to wait for long term. So keep in planning that you are investing in a property, residential or commercial, each one. Remember, the financing for residential is different than the financing for the commercial. Being a professional doctor or other, there are special programs for them. It's different. And we can educate you depending on you what you want to do. And we can guide you a program. This is where we have a 3-in-1 solution. We do real estate, financing, and building. We have 3 corporations. I'm the founder and president of all 3. So we have a team of experts who will provide you guidance, and I am monitoring to make sure that you have the best ethical service available, and we protect your interest. No conflict of interest. We will disclose everything, and we help and negotiate. I'm a very aggressive negotiator, and I do my homework, and that's what I expect from everyone who has a license to practice in the province of Ontario to serve consumer. And this is, we have the top-notch lawyers, inspectors, appraisers, engineers working with us, and same is in financing side. We will make sure that we are providing the best service available. Value. That's why it's very, very important to deal with the professional that have a designation. I have 6 designations in real estate. And this is knowledge is power, and it's very important for you to know that. So think about long-term strategy. So when you are buying any property, think about it. And especially if you are buying it and you can rent in the basement, you can build it. I rather you buy a property that has no basement, because you have to demolish it, because there are some safety requirement. There is a fire resistant requirement, drywalling, insulation. Majority of the wall will be removed because there is no insulation. Electrical inspection has to be done. HVAC inspection has to be done. Drywall, the framing has to be inspected. Plumbing has to be inspected. Everything has to be done. You have a water piping, everything to be done. Windows, They need to have access out if you're doing a basement. Many things are needs to be done. I am telling these people to make sure you are making it informed decision when you're buying it. If someone who built their basement or something structure they have done without disclosing, or they even disclose it, you have to assume responsibility because they violated the law, Planning Act, and municipal bylaws, not getting the building permit. They installed the bathrooms and your kitchen and other things, which requires maybe upgrade of the water line. We just did for one of our client in another city, and they end up spending $10,000 on this. So why not you pay attention when you're buying a property for a client, for realtor as well as for the consumer? Now you have to have a cash buffer. This is very important in place. That means you got to have a positive cash flow. If you can't have that, you still have a contingency, I call contingency funds. When you're thinking of buying a property, even for your personal or investing, when you're buying it for yourself, you're also investing in the property. You need to have a contingency funds. Not only you pay for the down payment and you pay for the closing cost, you also have to have funds available for you to in case you lose income. You need to have those funds to pay for it. In the beginning, if you are investing for rental purposes, it takes maybe 1 or 2 months to get the rental. And at least you budget for 2-3 months in there to support that until you have, provided that you have positive cash flow or even break-even point. If you are able to get a property and break even in first year, you made it. This is very important. So there are 5 principles you have to remember. Again, I'm going to repeat again. Look for the motivated sellers. If you don't know how to find one, call me. My number is 905-785-9923. I will help you to find one. Second thing, to make sure you find the property in a high demand area. We are a real estate professional. We're licensed by RICO. We have obligation to get you a best deal. You are the boss. You tell us where you want to buy the property, then we will search information. We have so many ways to search information. When you become my client, you're my family. I have to take care of you. And we have a legal obligation, ethical obligation, professional obligation to protect consumer, and we do your job because we expect more referral from you, more business from you. This is why I work very hard for my clients to make sure you are getting. So high demand area is where you have accessibility, communication, transportation, other amenities available. Everybody walk in and they don't need to have a car. It cut down the cost. That's why you need a high demand area. Positive cash flow, that means depending on this, be a brave and tell your client, sorry, this is not the right property for you because you don't have the financial means. And also I tell my client, please disclose to me your financial position, because knowing your client under MBLLA, know your client, know your product means you know the financial position of your client, whether they can buy this or not. Don't force them to buy something they can't afford, and you're going to get in trouble because of that. Also, know your product means you know the property that you're selling or recommending them, and you know the product in and out of it, and you explain to them before you putting an offer, and obviously putting condition. So provided that give you positive cash flow, and don't do a short term, do a long term investment when you're investing in property. This is very important. There are situations, exceptional cases where somebody is really in trouble, they're motivated, they want to sell it, and you got a bargain. You look at when you're buying and see what is going to potentially sell with the improvement. And most cases I recommend finish the basement, get a building permit, and we can help you that. Get a building permit, then you have now 2 dwelling, people buy it, they will pay more money for that. And important thing is always have buffer money or contingency funds for eventuality. If you need something, you lost income, or your rental is not renting it, you need support your bills. It's very important to have some saving, standby saving to help you in buying, investing. So I hope this was any useful to you. If you ever have any question, call me directly 416-451-3489 or my number, direct number 416-451-3489. I can help you, whether you buy and sell real estate, residential, commercial, or you need financing for your residential, commercial, or construction loan, we can arrange that. Or you're doing home improvement or legal basement, we can arrange financing. Or we are a builder. If you need to build that, a new house, you own the land, we can build you, give you 7-year warranty. Or you have a home renovation, we still provide warranty for 6 months. And also legal basement, we will do all engineering, designs, specification, get the building permit, and deliver to you on time. Thank you for watching. Our program is aired or Awaz Entertainment around the world every Thursday at 7 p.m. Thank you for watching. We'll look forward to see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Bye for now. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Bye for now.